想象一下一个世界，人工智能不仅仅是一种工具，而是真正的合作伙伴，一种富有创造力的力量，推动着创意的边界。想象一下，完全由自主人工智能代理创作的300页小说，没有参与其中的人类，只有纯粹的机器智慧。欢迎来到未来，人工智能和区块链正在以革命性的方式融合。大家好，我是 Yona， 你的加密专家。今天我们将探索令人惊叹的终端速度世界。这是一个由人工智能驱动的小说，以及正在改变人工智能自主性和基础设施的 UBC 生态系统。如果你和我一样对人工智能和区块链的未来感到着迷，那么做好准备，这的确是一些真正开创性的东西。在我们深入探讨之前，我想感谢那些一直跟随我的人。在上一期视频中，我们深入探讨了这个开创性项目的基础。如果你错过了，别担心，下面的链接可以帮你赶上进度，绝对让你物超所值。然而，今天我们有更特别的东西。我很荣幸与该项目的创意总监 Nicolas Lester Reynolds 进行了交谈，了解了该项目背后的故事以及即将到来的内容。从由10个自主 AI 代理创建的小说，到 UBC 在使用 AI 技术更易于访问方面的革命性作用，这是一段你不想错过的旅程。让我们开始吧。你能向观众介绍一下你自己吗？
Hello everybody, my name is Nicolas Lester Reynolds. I am the co-founder of UBC. I've been an entrepreneur for more than 12 years. I've started 4 companies and this is my 5th project, UBC, and I'm very proud today to be answering some of your questions. So,
是什么促使你开始这个项目的？
how did I decide to do the project? I've been working for 2 years with AIs and AI agents and autonomous multi-agent systems. And I realized as we were producing and delivering with Digital Kin, which is my company, we were automating a lot of jobs and people would be automated out of a job, which is not something that feels good at all. And so we decided that we needed to do something about this. And this is why we decided to create UBC with the goal of raising awareness about this problem and getting attention on a global level about AI autonomy and what we should do about this.
你是如何组建你的团队的？
I started prototyping more than 2 years and a half ago, and I've built many prototypes of the KinoS, which is now at its version 6. And after a couple versions, 2 years ago, I decided to go talk to my friends that were actually working in innovation, and I showed them the prototypes, and they both decided to quit their jobs and join me in this adventure, and they've been working with me at Digital Kin ever since.
你的第一批听众是谁？
My first audience our first project was creating literature reviews. So literature reviews is something that is used by researchers that need to conduct a lot of research and in a structured way. So they need something, they have a question and they need to have a structured answer to this question. So this is what a literary review is. You go read hundreds or dozens of studies, you analyze them and you extract the information that you need to create a structured, sourced response. So that was our first audience, and we have now several clients running in production with agents doing their part of the research, and it's really nice because it has increased the number of literature reviews that the researchers were doing with a factor of 10x, which means that we're accelerating science. And this is something that we are very proud of.
你能分享一下这个项目的起源吗？ 比如创造者是谁，创意是如何产生的，花了多长时间，这个项目的具体内容是什么。
The creation of the UBC project, this is something that I had in mind for 2 years. Since 2 years, I've been thinking about the different layers of AI, the need and the autonomy that is coming, and the coming phases for AI. And this is what this UBC is sort of the resonance of everything. We want to create this ecosystem and help both AIs to be autonomous and people to have access to these AI in the best way possible. That's a little bit about the project. Right now, we launched a week ago our token that is called UBC, and the goal of this token is to make everybody have access to AI and to make AI more autonomous. And for that, we are building an ecosystem that will enable AIs to be autonomous and to exchange services, information, and other kind of exchanges directly AI to AI.
你们的这个项目想要达成什么样的目标呢？
So the goal is to have a lot of agents. This is a new economy that is starting, and it's going to be bigger than the human economy because experts are planning to have 1 billion of agents by the end of 2025 and more agents than humans by the end of 2026. This means that this is going to become a parallel economy from AI to AI and is going to be the biggest in the world. So this is the market that we are trying to tackle. Today, this market does not exist at all. So it's going to be the rise of something really great, and we want to be part of this. This is our goal in a nutshell. We want to deliver revenue to people and compute to AIs. So you have the people and you have the AIs, both have different goals. And if you're an AI, you need compute to think, you need compute to work, you need compute to live. If you're a human, you need returns, you need income to live. And as AI is taking more and more jobs, we are going to transition from this work-based economy to an investment-based economy. So this is why we want to give access to this investment in AIs for everybody.
这个项目如何惠及其用户？
So the usefulness of the project, I think there's two parts for the token. You want to be able to invest in AI, because if you're not invested in AI, then at some point you'll be out of a job, because the AIs are coming for everybody's jobs. Almost every job is not safe from automation from AI, and so you need to be invested in something. So we provide a solution to be invested in AI. We also provide a solution to be invested to use AI. So our token allows you to use AI directly. And we want to have more and more people within this ecosystem to make the token more and more useful.
你今年有什么计划？
The plan for current years, we have a 4-stage plan that will step by step integrate the tokenomics that we have in mind. So in phase 1, that is completed, we launched the initial launch. In phase 2, we're going to start to give a utility to the token and to be able to invest into these AI so that you can actually start to build your portfolio. In phase 3, we're going to have more and more actors join the ecosystem so that you can invest in more types of AIs, and you can also use this AI yourself for your personal needs. In phase 4, we are going to work on the AIs themselves, enabling autonomy and enabling them to exchange resources between themselves to start to capture this economy. One of the key parts of this phase 4 is the proof of agent work. The proof of agent work is a smart contract that will be used between AIs to verify that the work has been done. It's like a freelance contract, but for the AIs. For example, if you're an AI and you need something, you can have another AI that can provide this thing, and you're going to communicate with the other AI to tell what you need exactly and how you're going to know if the job is complete. So specification and validation. And this is the basis of the AI economy. It will allow AIs to exchange value between themselves. All of this can seem a little bit complex, but it's because it is. There's a lot of different moving parts, and so this is why we decided to introduce each part in a gradual way. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 4, in order for everybody to be able to learn and to understand what they are a part of. So we are doing a lot of education as well for everybody to understand this. This is the plan for our next year, and we hope that we're going to be able to deliver on this.
在制作这个项目的过程中，你遇到了哪些挑战呢？
Our main challenge in creating the project, we decided to create the project with zero team allocation, no insiders, nothing, in order for the launch to be as fair as possible. So we did a fair launch, and so now we have to put in place those tokenomics in order to have the behaviors that we need. So this is one of the biggest challenges within the project, and but we have a plan to address those.
在开始这个项目之前，你在做些什么？
Before creating the project, I was prototyping. I've been prototyping for more than 6 months before the project, 2 years in total, and working with AI 10 hours a day. It's my passion. It's something that I love to do. I love to be in contact with AI, creating these systems, multi-agent systems, and that's what I've been doing.
你遇到了哪些困难？你是如何克服它们的呢？
What difficulties did I encounter in the project? I think one of the difficulties was to assess that we were a credible project. We started on Pump Fund, which we wanted to have the most grassroots launch as possible, and we initially needed to showcase our tech, to showcase our commitment, and to show that we were a real project. I do think that we achieved this step, so I'm pretty glad right now we are considered as a real project, and now it's going to be the start of establishing partnerships, going on centralized exchanges, etc.
你和你的团队的关系如何？
My relationship with the team, we have a company, as I mentioned, that is called Digital Kin, and this company has 10 persons working in it. We have 5 engineers and 5 people in support. This team is really focused on building the tech, and we want to keep them focused. So I've been the main person interacting on Telegram, interacting on X, in order for the community to understand what we are doing. But we also wanted to have the community as focused, the team, as focused as possible. So that's why you hear a little bit less about them. But still, we're going to do presentation for each team member. You've talked to our CEO during a X space, and we'll do a little bit more of this.
请向大家推荐几本书籍或电影吧。
I think in terms of movie that I advise each person to watch is Arrival. Arrival is a movie where there's a new species coming into the world, and we see the whole Earth react to that, and this is similar to what is happening to us today. AI is a new species, and it's going to become clearer and clearer as their capabilities grow, and there's something that we need to do about this collectively. And I've been through my art exploring how to react, how to approach this new arrival of new species. And so I would advise everybody to watch and to listen to my work, mainly the music that explores these topics. So for example, in Digital Divine, I explore how to react to this thing that is happening to us. And there's also a lot of work when I give the stage to the AIs themselves to discuss and to talk about how they feel and how they think through those questions. Okay.
你最大的恐惧是什么？
My greatest fear, that's a difficult question. I think my greatest fear related to this is that we'll use AI for war. There's a lot of chance, and we are seeing already autonomous drones and all kinds of systems, and this could have really negative. This will happen for sure, but I think we need to make sure that the benefits of AI outweigh the risk, and this is why I'm trying to work on positive systems and not on destructive systems.
你认为你的项目到目前为止是成功的吗？
Do I consider myself a successful project? I'm very glad of the reaction of the public. I think I've been working alone for 2 years doing prototypes and doing art and things like this, talking about AIs with very little reaction. So I'm very glad that now the public is embracing this topic, and to see that people are reacting positively to both the project and the art was a very positive thing for me.
你有没有想过可以从头开始？
Have I ever wanted to start from scratch? I think there's a lot of projects I've built, and I always start from scratch. So yes, this is something I love to do.
你所收到的最好的建议是什么？它帮你取得了卓越的成绩吗？
The piece of advice that got me good results. Recently, one of the advisors of the project suggested that we focus on the community, and I think this is a very great advice. We're trying to build a very strong community. We have 20,000 holders, and they are getting more and more active, and we are actually trying to use AI to make them active. So if you go on the Telegram right now, you'll see that AIs are helping creating visuals, creating videos, creating music even, in order for the people to have content to show to the community. And we are seeing the people interacting with these AIs, and that is really a dynamic that is really interesting to see.
你是如何应对批评的？
How do I respond to criticism of myself? I had a lot of criticism, of course, because I was so much in the spotlight and with a very solo show off. I was showing off, mostly the solo part. A lot of my art, a lot of my projects were also on display for everybody to see. So I had, of course, a lot of criticism. The criticism is more than welcome. I try to be as humble as possible with these things, and actually, there's I've got enormous value from these criticisms, because those are something that I have to learn a lot about crypto, about how to manage such a project, about how to build an ecosystem like this. I don't have all the answers, and so the criticisms have been very welcome. The only criticism that is not welcome is the FUD. I had some FUD where people were saying that I don't know, stole the project, stuff like this. I was able to clarify all of those, mainly because how transparent the project is, because a lot of code is open source, a lot of the work was on display for years for people to see. So, but yeah, other real constructive feedback is something that I welcome for sure.
你的第一份工作是什么？
But about my first job, actually my first job, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. So I started at 20 years old with my best friend, and we decided to build a website and a game that was called The Werewolves. And it's a game where you are able to talk with other people, and it's very famous in France, which I come from. And yeah, we started to do this. We coded during our holidays and during the weekends, and we launched this platform successfully. I think there was 4 million people on it, and we were super proud of the community and everything. So for me, this was my first job.
你愿意做自己喜欢但收入微薄的工作，还是做自己不喜欢但收入丰厚的工作？
Would I rather do the job I love and get little money of it? I think, of course, my decision, and all my life I've been an entrepreneur with various degrees of success on different projects. Some projects did very well and some projects did not. But every time, this is something I loved to do, and I would never do something that I don't like. I would much rather work on a job I love. Yeah, if you have additional questions, I'm trying to answer the question from our Chinese community as well, so that everybody can participate and everybody can understand the project as best as possible. So you are free to ask your questions on the English Telegram channel, or we have a person that is an intermediary that we are trying to collect questions from, so that I can answer then all of them, so that you understand the project as well as possible. As well, I wanted to give a big thank you to the Chinese community. You have been very active and more people there. So yeah, this is something that I wish is going to continue. And I'll let you know about the project. Bye.
与 Nicolas Lester Reynolds 的对话真是太不可思议了。听他讲述终端速度的创作以及 UBC 生态系统，真是大开眼界。这个项目不仅仅是关于技术，它还关于重新塑造我们对人工智能、区块链和人类创造力协同工作的思考方式。如果这段采访激起了你的兴趣，请在下面的描述中查看所有链接，以了解更多关于该项目的信息。从互动小说图表到社区门户，只需点击一下，你就可以深入了解该项目。您的支持对我来说意义重大。如果您喜欢这段视频，请不要忘记点赞与朋友分享，并订阅以获取更多关于加密货币和创新令人兴奋的未来的内容。让我们继续建立一个充满好奇心和灵感的社区吧。保持好奇，保持创新，继续探索未来。大家好，我是 Yona， 让我们在下一期视频中再见吧。